Hey guys, it's Pamela Price here, and I wanted to talk about this situation that's happening with the spray tan. So this is something that obviously we can't for sure diagnose. This is something that happened after the spray tan. The top photo is the front of the body. Obviously the back is the same client, the back of the body. Now, since this is not my client, it's hard to say exactly what happened, but I know the brand was Mind Tan and the artist didn't have any specific issues with that in the past. So if you look closely, we're going to talk about the first photo first, the top, the front of the body. There's a couple different things going on. Number one, it looks like the solution has not been rinsed off properly because you can actually see kind of on her top left shoulder there's like these, looks like a leaking and there's like demarcation where it's like darker around the outside and there's some kind of looks like a greenish tone, and I know Mind Tan is known to have more green undertones. So first is first, I believe that the solution is not rinsed off fully off the skin. Secondly, you're going to see there's topical bronzer kind of resting in certain areas of the skin. Again, this could be related to improper prep or improper rinse. However, what concerns me the most is these really dark spots where you can see that the bronzer and the DHA is actually adhered to these spots. Now, since I'm not a dermatologist, I clearly cannot diagnose this, but with doing spray tanning for 15 years, I've never personally seen anything this extreme before, but I have seen the solution adhering to these different spots on the body. Typically when it's happening, it's much more mild, like it's not very noticeable, but if you look very closely, you can see that the skin texture is actually raised. And I believe it probably is Tinea Versicolor, which is basically a fungal skin condition. And can sometimes, depending on the severity of it, this one looks extreme, can cause uneven patches because the affected area absorbs the DHA completely differently, like it overly absorbs its texture on the skin essentially. And since we can't diagnose it, the only recommendation that I have is to obviously have the client gently exfoliating the skin using spray tan safe products. In addition to that, you could recommend an over-the-counter antifungal shampoo like Selsun Blue. Could be an option, and they're going to use it as a body wash. However, they should definitely see a doctor. They should definitely go see a dermatologist, show them pictures, and get to the doctor as soon as possible. And then I would say when the skin clears up, I recommend for them to come back in and providing them with the proper pre and post care and kind of inspecting the skin prior to doing the spray tan to make sure that the skin texture looks nice and even, they've exfoliated, and there's no concerns, because obviously if there are skin concerns, the spray tan is most likely not going to develop evenly. So I would say pay attention to sort of the condition of their skin and make sure you're asking the right questions in the intake form, and be very mindful when, pre and post care, and have them back and see if you can solve this problem, because this is not very common. But we don't want to scare people off from getting spray tan. So let's do our best to give them the best information as possible and then welcome them back so they can have a better experience.